Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and all of Tampa Bay. Welcome to the Grapevine podcast brought to you by the Power Broker Media Group, where for 20 years, the Power Broker magazine and media group have been representing, talking, discussing, issuing, challenging, and teaching us all about how we can live life so much better as a people and as a community. I am again thrilled to have as my guest in celebration of Pride Month, the one, the only J. Carl Divine. I got to say divine like that, divine. J. Carl is my guest today, and we're going to have a really good, robust conversation about J. Carl's life, his lifestyle, his advocacy, his activism all around the broader community that we all live in. So, J. Carl, welcome.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
I am well, sir. Thank you.
It's good to have you here, man.
Thank you
And
for
before we say
inviting
anything,
me.
let me pay my tribute to you, sir, for all that you have done in our community, all the work you've done, the people you've touched and talked to. I want to congratulate you and to honor you, my friend, because you are special in that regard. May I do that, sir?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. So let's begin. So, how would you define the word activist? And how does that definition sort of apply to your work right now in the community? So, how would you define activist?
I define it by turning off the TV and getting off your butt and doing something about something that doesn't necessarily affect you personally.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
When you can get up and help somebody who is less fortunate than you, then you are considered an activist. You're doing something for someone that you don't expect any repercussions or no rewards from it.
Mm-hmm.
You do
How
it
would
because it needs to be done.
Yes. How would you take that definition and now apply it to the work that you're doing in the community? Have you made the connection? Obviously, you have, but how did you make the connection between the definition and the work you're doing in the community?
I had to look at what the gaps in service were and what the needs were. And when I found out what the needs were, then I was able to step in and start working to help close that gap.
So let's talk about that work in particular. Jay Carl, ladies and gentlemen, is the founding president and CEO for the Banyan Tree Project. It's incredible work in our community that gives shelter and housing to people with the HIV diagnosis and even in full-blown AIDS. But so, Jay Carl, talk about the Banyan Tree, how it came to be, and how your definition of activism was applied. So, the Banyan Tree, tell us about it.
The banyan tree started out of the need. We started housing people who were coming out of jails and prisons, who had no place to go, who had no opportunities to do anything. So the banyan tree was started there. And we used the name banyan tree because we saw a lot of people living in the hull of the banyan trees in our area. That was considered their house. And I thought, wow, what a beautiful name to have for a project. And so that's how we started.
I had not known that. So people were living inside the hull of the banyan tree because they
Yes.
could not find housing. Now, it is no secret, my friend, that you are particularly interested in the LGBTQ community. So was this work in the banyan tree because people could not find housing because of their lifestyle choices, or
Had
this was a
nothing to do with LGBTQ. It had to do with human beings. It had to do with men, particularly men coming out of jails and prisons, men living on the streets. We were a part of a program that paid for their housing, and we created a curriculum to help them get back on their feet, to give them housing for 3 6 months, some 3 to 4 years. But we were able to help people to get their lives together. Many of them had no IDs, no birth certificates. We would get all that information for them so that they would be able to be productive human beings.
powerful. Did not know, again, the reference to the banyan tree, people living in the hull of a tree because they
Yes.
cannot find housing is just powerful to even think about. And again, bless you for that intervention and that prevention, because otherwise it would have been a disaster for some people, I'm sure.
Yes. Yes.
Talk
Yes.
about talk about the journey of any one person that you have found. Can you reference an individual who you worked with, helped out of the hull of this tree, and is now on the road to success?
Well, I have a lot of them. It's, I get
Name one.
I could get yes, I have a couple right down the streets here who have their own apartment now, and they have their Social Security. They're living their lives the way they want to live their lives. I don't want to give names and
Sure,
stuff because that's a violation of HIPAA laws.
sure.
But we help people who can't help themselves and don't know how to help themselves. And when you teach people how to fish, when you give them a reel and rod, they can take care of themselves. And that's what basically Banyan Tree was about, helping people to get boots, because you can't pull yourself up by your bootstraps if you got on shower shoes.
Come on, brother. So how long has the Banyan Tree been incorporated?
The Banyan Tree has been around for 20 years. We're celebrating our 20th year this year.
20. Ladies and gentlemen, hearing for the first time the Grapevine announcement that the Banyan Tree is celebrating 20. Now, is there going to be an event someplace?
We're hoping to. We're hoping to. We're working on that right now.
Call upon me, man. Whatever I can do to help out, I definitely want to be there.
Thank you, sir. Thank
So let's
you.
talk again. J. Carl Divine is inspired by who? Was there a person in your life who you remember, you recall, and you said, I want to emulate that person or be inspired by that person? Do you have a person in your life like that?
My aunt raised me,
Okay.
and what I saw her do, and how she lived her life and taught me to live mine. That's the person.
May I ask what her name? Aunt what?
Her name was Havana C. Reed. I call her Auntie, but and in most cases I call her Miss Vanna, like everybody else
Miss
did.
Vanna. Tell me
Yes.
about Miss Vanna.
Miss
Uh,
Vanna, her name was Havana Cubane. I often
mm,
wondered how my grandparents knew to name her after the country of Cuba.
Powerful. Talk about Miss Vanna for a minute, please. What did she mean to you?
Miss Vanna was everything to me. She raised me from 3 months to and paid for my college career. She My coach said he wasn't giving no sisters no scholarship, so sister says he didn't have to. She could afford to pay that.
And she modeled for you the kind of life that has led to who you are right now. You give her that much.
Yes, she
Excellent.
had her own business. When she and my uncle got their liquor license, they wouldn't sell them to them in our county. And so a white man had to get the license, and they bought the license from the white man. So she had two liquor stores after my uncle died, and she raised me in that environment. We lived well.
I would imagine. Now, this is St. Pete. Where is this?
This is in Arcadia. I'm a country boy.
Arcadia, Florida.
Yes.
Born and raised, or
Born and raised and everything.
when did you come to St. Petersburg?
30 some years ago.
Okay, gotcha. I
In
got you.
1990, I came to
Okay,
St. Petersburg.
okay, gotcha. It's great to talk about Aunt Vanna, how powerful aunties can be in our lives as advocates for us, as supporters and guides and real true champions. And so, credit to her, blessings to her for the person that she created in you, J. Carl. It's good to know. I'm learning something new about you today, which is wonderful. Now, I said earlier about your work in the activist space, particularly in the LGBT community, and you have been outspoken in that regard, very clear about what you believe. That particular passion and activist space, can you talk about why that's important for you right now?
That started for me when I was in college. I went to jail with Dr. King trying to desegregate Woolworths when I was in St. Augustine, Florida. So being able to fight for my own rights, it wasn't about other people, it was about me. I
Mhm.
have the right to do what I need to do. And so that's why I fight. That's why I fight today for my rights. If other people can get their rights with me, come on board.
Yes. And what kind of fight do you see right now that you are still, even now, standing up to be sure things get done better for our community? Is there a particular fight you're interested in right now?
When you're taking away people's health care, and when you're taking away people's right to food and healthy, fresh food, then you're asking people to die. And so that's my fight right now, trying to keep people alive as I have always done, trying to keep people alive. Love yourself enough to change your behavior so that you can take care of yourself. Helping people who can't help themselves.
Mm. So who are the allies with you in this particular fight? Do you have any organizations, any individuals?
I'm with the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, AHF. I work with the Department of Health, the St. Petersburg chapter of Florida Health Department. So I work with groups around, different groups at different times, simply sometimes with the Sanderlin Center. It depends on what people need. And I do get a lot of calls, believe me.
Yes, I know you do. I remember at the foundation when you and I and others all sat around talking about how can we support your work, and we were able to do something for you, and you turned that into an incredible piece of work since that time.
We just celebrated 5 years of it, sir. Thank you.
I am so glad, pat myself right here, man. I'm so glad I was there for that. Um, what do you think are the challenges right now facing the gay community? May I ask that question? What are some of the challenges facing the gay community and particularly the Black gay community?
The challenges is that we don't know who we are.
Talk about that, please.
The challenge is that we call ourselves what other people told us we were. You see, I'm not gay. I'm a same gender loving man. And we need to be clear about that. If we can keep that order in our lives, we don't have to go by what other people say we are. We make that decision for ourselves. I don't like people calling me gay because I'm not gay. I don't know what gay is, but I know I'm a same gender loving man. That's the bottom line for me. And I give thanks to Dr. Cleo for that phrase.
Thank you. And I apologize, sir, if I spoke in the wrong frame of
okay.
reference.
It's
Thank
okay.
You, love you much. Love you much for that.
It's okay.
So, same gender loving man, this space you occupy, the activist role that you have there, does it come to life in the Banyan Tree? Are you seeing yourself engaged in other organizations with that position? What do you think?
All of it.
Okay.
All of it. Yes, it is coming to life, and we are growing as we're having to teach people, Carl, about who they are and giving them choices about who they are. When you tell people who they are, they don't have a choice. But when you give them a choice to make, they feel good about themselves. What I'm trying to do is teach people to love themselves. Love yourself enough to take care of yourself so that you don't get caught up in some of the bovine droppings that's going on.
Mm-hmm. Give us 3 things that you teach in self-love. 3 things. First, number 1, number 2, number 3. What are they?
I don't know if they come in that order.
But tell us a little bit about what you mean when you say loving yourself.
How do you treat yourself? How do you treat yourself? Are you gluttonous? Are you hurting yourself with the food? Are you using your circumstances to get high? Are you using life itself to do those things that are harmful to you? Those are the things that I worry about with myself and with other people. I'm what? Next year will be 40 years I will have been in recovery from crack cocaine. So you see, it isn't that I'm teaching people something that I don't know. I have been through it myself. So I'm showing them how I got out of it, that they can do the same things too.
Is role modeling important? I mean, you talked about Auntie earlier.
Very, very important.
So you're serving as both the role model and also the navigator out of these circumstances, etc. So you're inspired. What are some things you inspire people about? Your own personal, I mean, what is it?
Education.
Okay, there you go.
Education is very, very important because if you can't compete educationally, you're stuck.
What part of education? Completion?
All of it.
All of it. Post-secondary, going on to college, technical college.
PhD plus.
Yes. Excellent. You know, I always say that PhD stands for perfecting holiness daily.
And that's the reality of it.
It's still a good education either way.
Yes.
So in the community, your activist role, you're talking to people about taking care of themselves, being their own personal champion for themselves. What about those people who come into your life that say, I don't know what to do. I'm lost in my journey, and I don't know where to begin. And step number one in getting myself together, what would you tell them?
Breathe.
Ooh, tell me more about that.
And when you can stop and breathe a minute, when you can get quiet enough to hear your heartbeat, then you can also hear the answers to some of the problems that you're having.
It's
That's
just a
the
form of,
God in me.
yes, that's an exercise, learning to breathe. It's a
Yes,
technique, but it's
yes,
also a point of view.
yes.
Yes. How many people do you think you see on a regular basis giving that kind of counsel? Hundreds?
Yes, we'll say
Okay.
hundreds.
Okay. So the
But
divine
but
institute.
over the years, it's been a few more than hundreds. Believe me.
Yes. So the divine institute works.
Well, I guess so. By the grace.
By the grace, exactly right. What are some of the challenges you think we're facing right now as a broader community? Right now, we have an election year. We've got challenges to DEI. People are saying getting rid of all these diverse spaces that allows people to live their journey out loud. People are getting shunning away from that. What's your point of view about that kind of thing happening in today's current politics?
I think we have a lot to learn from this because it's going back to where we have been. And so we're not moving forward. The prices that people can't afford to buy food, people can't afford to buy their medicine. Something is wrong with that situation. I think that we have to teach people how to be more civically involved in their own lives. We have to teach people that voting is important because if you don't vote, you are voting. Your
Mhm.
non-vote is a vote in itself. So when you sit back and let other people decide how you live your life, then you can't blame them. You have to blame yourself. What part did I play in it? I ask myself all the time, what part do I play in my oppression in this country? I don't buy products from people and places that I know are discriminating and hurting me. I have not done it for years. I stopped doing it when Shell gasoline refused to diverse in South Africa. I stopped buying their gasoline.
Are there others?
Oh, there are quite a few.
Do you teach that as part of your philosophy, or
I teach people that if they're mistreating you, don't pay them to mistreat you. We pay people to disrespect us, to treat us as non-human beings. We pay people to treat us as second-class citizens. And they do it all the time. You see, we go to places that don't want to serve us and pay them to mistreat us. We have to look at the parts that we play in that. You see, if you want change, you have to take it from Montgomery. Let's walk.
Mhm. What have you seen any? You're growing up in the South, from Arcadia, Florida to St. Petersburg, Florida, many, many journeys there. Have you seen a change in people, in law? I'm sure there's definitely law, but I mean, have you seen a change in people over the last, say, 25 years?
Oh, quite a change. Quite a change. You see, we our kids are being exposed and we're being exposed to stuff, technology. You see, it separates us from being who we really are. But yes, we have had quite a few changes, and I'm hoping that we can get some more changes.
What?
Some of us are teaching our children how to change in a positive way. Some of us are letting our children just change because change itself.
Yes. With that in mind, the change you see, the journey you've been on, what's the next steps for the Banyan Tree Project? Where are you going with Banyan Tree in lieu of what is happening right now in our society?
One of the things that we're working on right now, and that's why these people are bugging me, is because we are expanding our same gender loving products. We are selling Banyan Tree products now. We sell the t-shirts, the caps, the mugs. We want to be self-sufficient so we don't have to apply for grants. We want to take care of ourselves.
So there's a
I'm tired of being broke, bro.
yeah. I know the feeling, my man. I know aren't we all? I'm telling you,
Yes.
life is about transaction more than transformation.
Yes.
If
Yes.
you ain't transacting, you can't
You
transform.
can't
So
transform. That's real. That's
yes.
real.
So you got a product line. The Banyan Tree product line is on. Is it online? Is it
We're working on that right now.
okay. All right. So you're
We're
excited
working.
about that product line.
Yes, indeedy. Yes,
Outstanding,
indeedy.
outstanding. So the next step is, of course, the product line is coming up stronger. Anything else that the Banyan Tree team is thinking about doing through your leadership?
That's it right now. We're
Okay.
working on taking care of ourselves.
20th anniversary.
Yes.
And then you have an event soon coming up, I'm sure, where there'll be a product available for people to buy and
Yes.
the whole
Yes.
20th anniversary campaign. Is there going to be that kind of thing to get the word out, conferences,
We,
workshops,
we,
anything?
we, we're working on that right now. I have a group of people who are helping me to work on that.
Outstanding, outstanding.
And we will keep you informed about it.
Yes, please do, my friend, please do. So I'm coming to the conclusion, coming around the corner here, if you will, and I'm curious, the work that both Banyan Tree and J. Carl have found in St. Petersburg, is there, are you feeling a sense of competition among other providers in this space? Or do you think that you have a niche that folk can say automatically, let's support Banyan Tree and the work of J. Carl Devine? What's
I'm
happening?
I'm 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 not afraid of competition.
Okay,
You
talk about
see,
that.
because the product that I put out is good enough to compete with anyone's in the world. When you teach people how to be themselves, there's no competition for that. We go into communities where other people are afraid to go. We talk to people who people shun. You see, so I can walk the streets and people know who I am. People that I don't even remember who they are. It's uh, it's an interesting situation, I tell you.
It's a compliment to you and your commitment. That's what it is. You'd be surprised how many people you have reached in this regard. So, any last words of wisdom from you that you want to say, at this moment in time? What do you believe and why do you believe that? And let our listeners hear from J. Carl Devine. The
I
Devine
believe
work.
I believe that we can take care of ourselves. We have done it before. We had a Black Wall Street. We can take care of ourselves. We had 22nd Street here on the Deuces in St. Petersburg. We know how to do it. Given the opportunity, we can do it.
Thank you very much. Beautiful. Anything else you want to say?
I just wanted to say thank you for allowing me this time. Thank you very much.
So, before we conclude, how can people get in touch with the Banyan Tree Project and or Carl Devine?
We're located at 2335 22nd Avenue South. We are in the Sanderlin Center, the James B. Sanderlin Center. We are located on 22nd Avenue South, Suite 4. You can stop by and see us. We're there from 1 to 5 in the afternoons.
Excellent. And if they do come by, what kinds of things could people get involved in directly to move your mission forward?
They could help us to reach other people who don't know about our mission, to help people to change their sexual behavior. Sexual health is very important to what we do.
Your team of people is giving you that advice. Do you have that folks on the staff that can offer that kind of counsel to people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
As part of the Banyan Tree portfolio of services is conversations, discussion, and counseling around sexual health.
Yes.
Now, there's a subject for Black America.
We just do it. We don't talk about it.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly.
That's
Thank
the
you again.
problem.
Yes, yes.